Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am feeling so weird right now. It is technically the last video I'm posting in the month of October, but I'm in a green shirt with a red lip and screaming Christmas. So we're a little disjointed today, but that being said, it is definitely my October favorites and flops. We're going to go through some of my favorite products of the month and a few that might not have worked out for me. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching, and please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 3 times a week, and that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to see my favorites and flops for the month, stay tuned. Okay, so first I'm going to start with, it's not really a favorite, it's not really a flop, but I do need to address the elephant in the room. My skin is breaking out like crazy right now. I've been using, this is from Good Molecules, the Niacidamide Serum. It is definitely, I'm over the hump, but I will say that when I tried this and I started this, my skin did start purging, which sometimes when you use a product, it'll cause all of the bad shit to just come out of your skin. And nobody wants that because you got to get over that like 1 week or 2 weeks of crappy skin before things kind of turn around. That's what happens with me every time I use niacidamide. But that being said, I am trying it out. I am really liking it now that I'm over that purging stage. My skin is really starting to clear up, and any of those like residual breakouts are definitely much less than they were. Not quite a favorite, not quite a flop, because it's a little bit of both, but I will definitely keep you updated probably in next month's video if it is still in the middle or if I've made a decision one way or the other. For favorites, the first is going to be, this is from DryBar. This is the 3-in-1 Triple Sec. It is a texturizer, refreshing, and volumizing spray. First off, when I do my hair in the morning, I basically like spray a little of this, zhuzh it up, and then hit it with some hairspray, nice and easy. And honestly, I'm really enjoying it. First off, I love the smell. This is the first item from DryBar I've tried that I've really enjoyed. Every other time I'm like, you know what, it's okay, take it or leave it, but this is the first time that I'm really feeling it. Next, this is actually the lipstick I'm wearing today. This is the Lunar Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade Witch Bitch. This was from the Moonspell collection. Yes, the palette is also in my favorites. I'm going to link a video I did up here reviewing the entire collection so that I don't have to talk too much about it now, but I have been diving into this palette basically nonstop since I got it. I didn't use it today, but I am in love with it. When I wasn't using this, I was using the Makeup Revolution X Jack palette. This was a collab palette, and I've been loving these orangey pumpkin spice tones. I want to go out on a limb and say, with the exception of today, I used these 2 palettes in one way, some way, shape, or form every single time I did my makeup in the month of October. I loved both of them. I went on a trip and I spent a week and change in Chicago, and the only palette I brought with me was this one. And before I left and after I came back, this was the palette I was using. So between the 2 of those, that's pretty much every eyeshadow look I've done all month long. Both of them are beautiful. The formula is amazing. Definitely very different price points, but totally amazing. If you have a little more cash to burn, definitely look into the Moonspell palette or even both. And if you're a little more on the affordable side, the Makeup Revolution palette I think was like $15. There's always a sale at Ulta for an extra $3.50 off, and the shades perform really beautifully. Like, I don't mean they perform well for an affordable shadow. I mean they apply beautifully against some of my best shadows. And, of course, the lipstick I'm wearing today, I have fallen in love with this color. It is a little bit less grungy than I normally go. You guys know I love my dark fall lips, and this one's a little more on the red side, and when I pair it with a dark grungy liner and some really, like, purpley eyes, definitely spooky season vibes. However, I can tell you right now, you're going to see a lot more of this, especially moving into the holiday season. I'll be rocking this red lip a lot. For complexion, I did try 2 foundations this month, and I love both of them for very different reasons. The first is going to be the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. This is just such a beautiful, effortless foundation. On any day, I can sheer it out and make it super lightweight. I can build it up to full coverage. It's like my full beat glam, layers well with everything, mixes well with everything. Kind of a universal foundation. I do need to make sure that I powder the hell out of it though, because it's good for normal skin, it's good for dry-ish skin, it's good for oily-ish skin. I'm very greasy, so I kind of need to take that all the way into overboard when it comes to oil control. But if I prime and set it right, this is perfect. The other foundation, this is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to link a video up here I did of a full review just on this. Before I get back, MP3 is my shade here. My shade here is 5. I don't love this on its own. I have now worn it 7 or 8 times. The first 2 times I wore it on its own, and it was just okay. When I mix this into things, it just makes them perfect. Similar to what my Dior Forever foundation, hold on, let me grab a bottle. This one. What this foundation does, which this one is now discontinued, so I'm sad. I do have like 5 backup bottles, I'm not gonna lie. But so far, the closest thing I found to this foundation is this foundation. It is definitely more of a natural finish as opposed to a matte finish, but it does mildly control oil throughout the day. When you mix this into a matte foundation, it gives it a more lifelike appearance. Another lipstick formula that I've really been into, this is from Dominique Cosmetics. This is the shade Nude Kiss. This came in PR with her Celestial Thunder palette, which is coming in the BoxyCharm box this month. It is absolutely stunning. I did a whole video on this palette as well, which I will link right here. But of the 4 lipsticks they sent, this one I think is my favorite. It's just a really pretty peachy nude. I know that's kind of generic, but when I go nude, I typically always rock a pink nude. It wasn't until I busted this one out and started playing with this did I really appreciate a peachy nude. So definitely beautiful. In the review for this, I did use 5 of the shades. I'm going to do swatches of the last 3. So this is going to be Lucid Dream, Fireball, Black Matter, I'm sorry, 4 shades, and Mystic Ice. I'm swatching on a Band-Aid. That's how you know I've had a long day, is that I put on a Band-Aid because my nail was cracking and didn't pull it off. Those are the 4 shades. I didn't even notice that Fireball has this pink shift to it. I'm going to go right down the palm. Beautiful. Nice pigmentation. The mattes are super blendable. You guys, again, if you check out that video, you will see a full application and demo. But once again, if you are not subscribed to BoxyCharm, you're going to miss out on this because I believe this is exclusive to BoxyCharm. You can get the full size, which is 12 shadows. But if you're like me and you have way too much, stick to BoxyCharm, you'll get the 8 shadow palette, which honestly is perfect. And now I'm covered in swatches. Okay, next, also from BoxyCharm, but this was from last month. This is the Iconic London Prep Set Glow Setting Mist. This I have been using mainly on the perimeters of the face, just to add that beautiful glow to the skin. Everyone made fun of me because every time I talk about this setting spray, I say it smells like the Golden Girls. It definitely smells a little like Old Lady. It's actually more of like a cucumbery, melony. It smells like Old Lady. I'm sorry, but I actually enjoy that. My car's name is Blanche. I named my car Blanche after Blanche Devereaux. I love the Golden Girls. I have a Blanche Devereaux Funko Pop that my friend Heather got me. I love the Golden Girls. This smells like the Golden Girls, but it's beautiful, and you see how glowy the skin looks? It's effortless, and it's just a nice lightweight mist. Last 2 I'm still covered in swatches. Last 2 products. One is a little bougie. It's from Givenchy. This is the Prism Libre 4-in-1 Harmony Powder. This is in the shade 7, Voila Rose, or Rosé. It is 4 different shades of pink, so when you mix them together, it just gives you the lightest setting powder ever, especially for those of you who are like me and have very pink-toned skin. My skin is very cool-toned. I have a very pink undertone, and a lot of foundations tend to lean yellow on me, so this is a great way for me to overcompensate. So if I try a new foundation, like this one out of the bottle from Charlotte Tilbury was a little bit too yellow for me. It wasn't yellow by any means, but I'm very pink. When I add a tiny bit of that powder on top, it just neutralized that and made it my perfect match. I will be keeping this on hand pretty much forever, I'm going to say, because it's a really great way, I can't speak, it's a really great way for me to adjust the shade if things are going a little overboard while still using a translucent powder and not going into a powder with a whole lot of pigment. And the last product, this is from Buxom. This is the Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush. I've now mentioned this in several videos because it's super pigmented and I have to like tap in and dust my brush off the hell of a lot before I put it on. Otherwise, I get way too much color. My thumb is clean. I'll use my thumb. Otherwise, I get way too much color, but it is a beautiful, sheeny, feels creamy and wet, but it's not a cream. It's definitely like a powder that feels creamy. Definitely beautiful. I misjudged this. I first tried it. I hated it. I went to declutter it. My friend Cassidy came over, helped me clean out my entire vanity. I purged like 10 things, which for me I'm proud of. This was on the chopping block, and I said I'm going to give it one more chance. I tried it out. I have not been able to put it down since. It is beautiful. I have mentioned it a couple times, but you do have to make sure to gently press in, beat the shit out of the brush, and then reapply it nicely. Wow. There's only one flop for the month. This came out of my BoxyCharm for the month as well. This is the Hank and Henry Duo Mascara. I tried it out in the video, and I liked the thicker side a little bit. I tried the thicker side on my upper lashes, and it was okay. I don't like mascara on the lower lashes, so I did also try the thin side on my upper to kind of separate things, and it got goopy. Not a fan. I did off camera end up trying it on my bottom lashes, and I didn't love it. So it's not a flop because it's horrible, because it's not. I don't mind the formula on the thick side, but I don't like it on the thinner side. So for me, it's kind of a waste that you have a double-ended mascara and I only like half of it. So you can, however, like interchange the sides. So I guess in theory, I could just use one side for 3 months, swap it, and use the other, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. But for what it is and what it's intended for, I'm not really a fan. I do love a lot from Hank and Henry. I love his lip glosses, and I'm a huge fan of his, I'm going to get swatches all over my drawers, trying to open it to find this box. The El Jefe Alter Ego Eye Trio. This is probably, if not my favorite black shadow ever. It is the most pigmented thing ever. It is stunning. I love it. I just don't love the mascara. So don't come for me that I'm shitting on a brand. I love that brand. I don't love the mascara. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and me being covered in swatches all day. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know what are some of your favorites for the month, because as you guys know, and I say this every favorites video, your recommendations are what I try the next month and how I kind of feel out what I want to try. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!